What's up, guys? My name is That Guy Kill. I'm fairly new to the community of Paragon. I've been with Predecessor since day one. Been supporting it. I still support it. I very much love the game. I'm very passionate when it comes to certain things, especially when it comes to certain things that I really like. Um, my background, short and sweet. I come from Call of Duty in the early 2000s, Overwatch right after that, Apex. Um, I've always took pride in competitive gaming, tournaments. I love doing them. I'm all about it. I'm all about the community too. I love the communities. I mean, they get shaken up every now and then, and sometimes it's not always what you want, but you support it, and that's what you're there for. So I get it whenever I hear the things I hear from the predecessor community. I get it. I get it. But there's a lot of things you gotta do. You have responsibility as part of being in a community. You have a responsibility to hold what your community stands for as part of your standards for the game that you so passionately love. And you can't let those standards slip no matter what. Now, I'm going to start a new YouTube series about where I dissect the Predcasts, because they usually are about an hour and a half, 2.5 hours. It's a long mess. And sometimes, even though they have it nicely put in chapters, sometimes you got to have some context, right? Now, if you want to watch the actual video, go through it thoroughly and make sure what I'm actually saying on this video is true or not, go right ahead. You can look them up. The Predcast number 48, that's the one we're going to be talking about today. I want to go right into it, and I don't want to sugarcoat a lot of things. Predecessor from season 1, they promised some things, they didn't deliver most of it. Season 2, they promised even more, didn't even come close to delivering it. Season 3, they've learned their lessons, quote unquote, is what they said, and they're going to move forward, right? Even though in itself was kind of a lie. Season 2, they told us they weren't going to come out with any content because the UI, they needed to just the UI for console. That was their main focus. But they said after that comes out in season, after the UI comes out, progression and content will be overflowing as fast as we can possibly can. This is what I mean by kind of a lackluster blog on season 3, because season 3 came out and they just retracted what they said, and they said, well, actually, even though we delivered the UI, things are going to be a lot slower, so that way we can make things a little bit better quality. I have no problem with that. If that were true, I would have no problem with that. But there's no track record saying or showing that Predecessor is going for quality or going for this mark or going for that mark. It seems that they go for these marks and they don't quite make it, and then they give up and they create a new mark. That doesn't sound good to me. That doesn't sound like a game developer knows what they want. I don't know. So that whole controversy started, and the predecessor community kind of is like, whatever, kind of slid it through. Not a big deal. But more and more and more things start coming up. And this most recent one that we're going to talk about now is the Affinity Battle Pass. Now, the Affinity Battle Pass has come out, and with that gives us a reason to grind Predecessor, which is actually fantastic. That's so cool. I love it. something to grind for. It was kind of like it's kind of like what they said, their take on the mastery system. And again, here comes another controversy with this system. They stated in this system that if you go back into season 3's post, where I can show you right here, the hero affinity system. One of the other big additions that you can expect in season 3 is our hero affinity. Our take on the beloved hero mastery system from Paragon. Okay. They retracted this and said it's not their mastery system. It's not. It's now a progression system to keep us going. So it's content, but it's content that they're delivering to us in a controversial way. First, they say it's a hero mastery system. And then later on, they're going to say it wasn't their mastery system. We have a whole other system for that. Okay? With this system, you'll be rewarded for spending time mastering each hero. Now, this sentence is a loaded gun because what does this mean? From this point to this point, what does that mean? With this system, you'll be rewarded for spending time mastering each hero. Which my guess is that they're going to be doing quests or missions to master the quest, get a pentakill, kill the jungle while the jungle is activating one of the objectives or something like that, right? Whatever. Heal for this much amount for support, or do something like that. Whatever. I don't know. I'm thinking like that's what you're going to do to master the hero. That's my take on that. There will be various rewards with each tier. Now, first time reading this, whenever it first came out, I immediately, and I'm old, I'm 38 years old, I'm old, so this is something that's funny to me, that it struck to me only, kind of. Like, nobody else talked about this, I felt like. Tier. In a real mastery system, it's actually called levels. You're leveling up your hero, right? But then they said this is their take on the beloved mastery system from Paragon. So I didn't know what Paragon's mastery system was. So I'm thinking maybe it's a battle pass. That's that's immediately what I get out of tier. It was a battle pass that we just progressed through. So it's a linear track, right? From one point to the next that we're going to be leveling. Okay. Reflecting the hard work and dedication. Again, so this system is reflecting the hard work and dedication required to achieve the mastery. So these things don't go together. You can't have tier and then you can't have reflecting hard work and dedication because it's a linear track. You just told us now it's a linear track that takes no effort just to play the game. Reflecting the hard work and dedication. So I get the reflecting the hard work. That's your time into the game. Dedication, I would say that would be hard. That would be your time into the game. But why would they say it twice? Two references meaning the same thing. Why would they do that? That doesn't make sense. Well, another person used dedication. Those are salespeople. Sir, would you like to dedicate your time to look at this demo real fast? Would you, sir, please just dedicate your time just for 1 second and I can show you that this machine will change your life just with a little dedication. It's a word that improves and encourages people to have a positive outlook on something worth getting or even something that's useless that you don't need. So it's a term that slippery people use to get away with some things. Required to achieve it. Required to achieve it. This doesn't make sense to me when I first read this. So it's a battle pass that I have to spend time on, spend money on to get to the end of it. What am I mastering? What am I truly progressing for? From shiny titles that will display on loading screens, which, by the way, the loading screens only pop up for 5 seconds, to exclusive skins, there will be plenty of reasons to level up your favorite heroes. Now, here's a controversial topic again. You're just retracted the tier to level. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this system is? Truth. We'll share more details about this system soon. Awesome. When I first read this, I had no idea what to expect, except besides a paid battle pass that at the very end is going to have a mastery skin. This reminded me of Apex's battle pass. At the end of an Apex battle pass, you have a legendary or a recolored gun that has like an activation thing, like it's alive, like it's a, I forgot what the word for it is, but it's basically a unique skin for it, and that's the end of the battle pass, right? That's what I was thinking that this was going to be like, you know, like at the end of the track, the master skin's going to be there. Now then you get to the actual hero affinity, and again, we're going back to the words, a feature that would recognize and reward your hard work and dedication with awesome new cosmetics such as titles, visual effects, and of course, our highly anticipated affinity prestige skins. So wait, they were mastery skins, then they were battle pass skins, then they were leveled up skins, and now they're a prestige affinity skins. Do you know what you're delivering? Our goal for this system was not to directly replicate any other mastery system. What? Our goal for this system was not to directly see these words that they use. No, you misunderstand. No, it is kind of a mastery system. It's just not directly replicating a mastery system. No, ma'am, I know you ordered the fish, okay? But all we have is the salmon. Is that okay? What the fuck? But to create your own comprehensive and rewarding experience that we felt fairly reflected the time players put into their favorite heroes. So now you yourselves are saying this is what you deserve. Whether you like it or not, this is all you're getting from us. So far, I'm not going to go into the whole details because you know about it. It's locked behind a battle pass. Then they changed it and they retracted it and they turned it into this. The skin wasn't part of this. The skin was part of the paid. Then we bitched and moaned and they switched it over, right? That's the whole controversy. Besides what I've said, there's a lot more involved, but you get the point that I'm making, that it's very inconsistent information. So you're kind of confusing us, and it's almost as if they're doing it on purpose. That's how I feel. That you're treating us like kids, and you're treating us like idiots. And it's amazing to me that this is your answer. Shut up. This is what you deserve. Who are you? It's almost as if they designed this game to hide behind early access, to develop slowly, and never to put out content. It's almost as if they were doing that. That brings us to the first topic of the Predcast. So, the first topic is that they have a start and an intro. They introduce Robbie, who is also called Ace, who also is called RG Ace, I guess. I don't know. Ace, we're going to call him Robbie. That's who I know him by. whatever. You have Window the Mace. He's a Narbash. He's a support main, but I know he plays Narbash and a couple other people. Great guy. He's a cool guy. You have Bearded Wolverine, really cool guy. I've played against him several times. I don't know if he likes me or not. I don't know. He doesn't like me too much. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm a Morigesh main, but I play support Morigesh. Yeah, controversial, right? F6, he plays carry, I think. Robbie, the main developer guy, and then Pinzo, the dude that's my way or the highway. These guys are all cool. This is nothing against them. I'm not talking trash about them. I'm just throwing references out there for people that don't want to go through the entire video. That's all this is. All right. What time we got? 15 minutes. All right, we gotta make this snappy then. I don't want to go too long in the videos. The intros, they talk about each other. They talk about, you know, basically the who they are, where they're from. Windu does go extensive into the whole affinity grind. This is where I have a little bit of a problem. Windu is brushing it off like the community has kind of like I don't want to say no right to complain, but they're saying like it's $5. You get a lot out of it, but that's not the point of why people were complaining about it. This was the one thing you could have came out with that had content that would keep players playing. Do you know what that means? That means so much. That means that you have different players playing. That means you have better players playing. Some of them are really good at MOBAs. You have better players playing for the better players. AKA, you are creating a better environment for your community by having fresh content. Not weekly. Hell, you could do it monthly and it would be phenomenal. And this is where the problem is. Right here, Affinity Skin and thoughts and feedback. This is where they talk about what the community asked for. Now, I'm not even joking you. You can actually look back at this section right here. They make fun of majority of the questions that were asked by the community. They made fun of it, and they thought they, at the very least, talked light of these situations. That's not fair. That's not funny. That's not cool. Who are you guys to tell me what I think and what I deserve? That's bullshit. This is where I have a problem with it. And this is where also that Robbie basically says in a nutshell that he never planned on coming out with content for Predecessor. What I just said is what he literally said in this podcast. He said that he never planned on coming out with content. So how are you going to keep players playing? This is another one of those kind of facades of like, you deserve to play my video game. You deserve. Wait, I'm not deserve, but you. What was the word? Not deserve. You have it's a privilege to play my game. It's a privilege to be a master in my game. It's a privilege. I'm giving you the opportunity. You don't just get like, it's very, very, very weird to me that he had no plans on putting out content. That scares me. When is a good time for content? Now that the numbers have, you know what I mean? So in that lightment, during this whole time, this beginning of it, I like literally the first about 20 minutes of the Predcast. I'm not even joking you. Again, I love these people, but all I can sum it up is literally like right down the fucking throats of every single one of them. I mean, Robbie's just whipping it out and they're just going, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel like, because none of this makes sense. How are you going to have And they even, and I'm about to explain this too. How are you going to have an entire chaotic moment in predecessor community history and talk light about it and then make fun of the community for asking questions about it? I banned that guy that asked that question in my chat twice. What? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. The next session is called Crown and Glazing, and should crowns be earned? That's the question that basically was shunned and made fun of all through it. They even made a whole chapter on it. And this is where Robbie actually says something pretty interesting. He says that the beast crowns weren't originally in the system until last minute, because the crowns that were on the humanoids, they were like cutting through the characters on the beasts, so they created horns, and Grux was the inspiration, or was the model for that. So that is pretty cool. Why was the Infinity token system left out? This is where it gets weird too. He talks about how there's a token, and the token is the free token is tied to another system. This is where I instantly was like, okay, so wait a minute. So we do have a free token, and the reason why it's not out now because it's tied into another system. So are there multiple tokens, or this one token? Can you turn this one token into an Infinity token and to another token? That's what I got. But back of my head, what was I thinking? I was thinking that, oh my God, do you have to earn this token by buying various things? So it is a free to earn token technically via another system. See what I mean? No? We'll get there in a second. What happens after level 10? This is where it's kind of cool. They loop the information around. So you don't gain levels, but they do have record that you're keeping experience points. Again, a good little tie-in. Check mark that if you want to, because that might be information that could be used in April or even sooner whenever they decide to add more content to the battle pass. Will there be a preview crowns? That was my beef. You can't preview the crowns. You are going to be able to preview the crowns. That's pretty cool. Will there be more banners? This is where he talks about the mastery system that he's planned on doing. He did talk about it in this system, affinity versus mastery system explanation. The reason why I didn't want to go into this too much, because we're going to be talking about literally this system over and over and over again through the other chapters. This is basically what he talks about in one part of it, is where the mastery system is a system where you earn new banners and new calling cards, new stuff like that, and then eventually new skins. But to activate it, you'll need to activate the affinity. So my guess in this point right here, where I was guessing at, is now you have to buy the affinity battle pass, one of them, to trigger the mastery, to trigger the affinity token. The idea of the affinity token is to complete one character's mastery, which probably is going to take you a long time. And by the time you finish that mastery, they said, good job, go do another one. Here's a free token. By the time you're done with that, the mastery system, though, I feel like it's going to be, it won't be worth getting that free token. And this is why I think they didn't want to come out with the free token. So far they have not said these things, but this is what I believe to be happening for sure. The Infinity tokens will be retroactive, so basically it means that all the progression that we're doing now is going to go towards the Infinity tokens that we'll be getting. Again, this actually kind of proves my theory that we're going to get the mastery system. So I bought a Morgesh affinity battle pass that activates my mastery skill, my mastery leveling. So now I get to level up my masteries, and then by the time I'm done with my masteries, I'll be able to get another Infinity token. That's what I believe that's going to happen. Will Affinity tokens be used for multiple unlocks? Again, this is where he solidifies my thought. He says no. RJ says no. There is only one token. One token. the Infinity token, and that's only to go to the Infinity Battle Pass. However, to earn this token is where it's connected to the rewards of the mastery. Kind of what it kind of confirms of what he said, what I said. More UI changes. He's gonna change the UI, ever changing. Obviously, I figured that much. How much did the influence from the last Paragon Mastery skins? And he kind of like treads lightly, kind of ignoring the real truth on this question. But he basically says that they had a little bit of inspiration. New music and sounds fantastic. They did a really good job. RGS Ace's response to the backlash. They make such a joke out of this. They said, yeah, we stayed up all night just on a call, just talking about this stuff, and we were laughing and joking, and man, it became a real thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He's like, I even wish we could, Windu even said, I wish he could record it so that way he can show. The face on Robbie was like, oh no, that's not a good idea. But like, why make light of it? I don't understand. Like, I don't know. And then, is Omega being too greedy, earning back the trust of the people? Again, they talk very light of this, and it doesn't, to me, and this is just not talking trash about their podcast. This is just how I felt watching it. I felt like, yeah, they were kind of leaning towards Robbie being an innocent guy through this entire time, especially during this section. They're handing him excuses. It felt like that. Yeah, you couldn't do that. That'd be impossible. That's ridiculous, you know? And it's like, feels weird. Will Affinity tokens be present during console release? And he kind of like ice skates this question a little bit. The console release, will it be slowed or speed up development? Again, I can't trust anything he's answering in this question. We've asked this before twice, and we've gotten both answers were lies. So I don't feel comfortable with that. What is TRC? Why did Omega get denied again? This is them talking about console. Again, if you want to watch it, go into this stamp right here. It's in the very middle of the screen. How many keys will the console beta have? Again, I'm not sharing. You gotta watch this to get that out. These console things don't really mind too much. I'm just really built on the controversy on what is going on. UI question on Affinity. They're changing the Affinity UI so that way it better fits the future of the Battle Pass. How frequent will we get Affinity tokens? Again, he skates on the idea of you have to do missions and guides and stuff like that. Is it possible for a double experience points weekend? Sure, but are they going to do it? They talk about it. Will K&M be usable on console? Again, console doesn't really matter. If you want to watch it. How much monetization will be in the game? They can't answer this with a truthful answer. They skate around the question saying, of course we got to make money, but of course we also got to please the fans. That's a stupid question to ask them right now. Stance on all chat. Yeah, it's a joke, I guess. Will the Affinity system be subject to change? Yes, he wants to change it and connect it to many other systems. Why did the Affinity system get monetized? Skin monetization. It's basically skates around the saying that they think they deserve their skins deserve to be worth this much, and they're not going to demean, and they're not going to show that the artist did something for nothing. It's a very stupid answer. Will skin quality suffer because it's not the main monetization? I don't think it will, because they take too much pride in that kind of shit, but it might. In my opinion, it might suffer. What happened to Bellica custom VFX skin? That's in the works. It got buggy and glitchy. He's already said that. Party chat win. I don't know what the. Are you happy with the changes since launch? What would you change? He goes into a long tangent, and you got to go into this one and watch it yourself. But I actually feel like he's kind of. This is where it solidifies is where I kind of like, wait, you're not really a developer. You're a guy that was obsessed with this video game, and now you can't let go of it, and you're trying your best to do like, this is what I feel like could have made the game better, even though you're not really making the game better. So it really scares me that his answer right here, again, watch this thing, and it blows my mind a little bit. Hero specific keybinds and hotkeys. He talks about that kind of stuff. Is Wraith Ace's favorite hero? More crowns? I don't care. Great Iggy and Scorch crown question. Pinzo tries his best and outros and final thoughts, basically solidifying that the community complains a lot, and it's hard to basically please everybody. Here's my general thesis on this whole subject, and this is something not to bash. I'm just being serious. There are three different types of predecessor fans or gamers, however you want to call them. There are people that are completely obsessed with the old Paragon and are desperate to finally have a game that's just out. Doesn't care how they get there, doesn't care if it's even good. They just care if it's an iteration of Paragon. Then you have the people that are dedicated to the game and love the game, but want the game to be better than the original and try its best to stand on its own. Then you have the middle ground where I feel like I stand, and it's where I want there to be an iteration of Paragon because I really enjoy the video game, but I want there to be standards. We gotta hold them to a better standards, guys. Like, this is ridiculous. For them to be treating us like that and then just laugh it off, that's not cool. I spend a lot of time on this game. I feel like I spent time on this game, and the fact that they say that they don't care, and they tell me things like, they say things like what I feel like I deserve, and not what they think I deserve, and not what I really deserve. Things like that. They think for you, and they don't know what you don't really know what you want, And the fact that he didn't build this game to create content right off the bat, and he wanted to go into development as fast as possible, that's great. But that again solidifies my whole theory of you're not a developer. You're a gamer that's addicted to the game. That's not good. That's like a crackhead trying to make crack so that way they can sell it to get more crack. That doesn't make any sense. That crack's gonna be terrible. First of all, you might kill people. Like, I don't understand where in your brain it's okay for you to say, all right, I'm putting a price tag on my video game because it's early access. All right, I'm putting a price tag on this system because it's early access. I'm doing this because it's early access. I'm doing that because it's early access. You need to stop hiding behind that. Grow up. Do better. I mean, for God's sakes, it's a video game. You don't gotta lie. You don't gotta swindle. Be straightforward. Talk to us. That's all I got out of it. If you want to know deeper references to this, Crashy and Jellynees both made videos about what's going on. Fantastic videos. So I do appreciate all the support. You guys like, subscribe, do whatever you guys do on YouTube. Again, my take on the whole system and the controversy. This is episode 1 of I watch Predcast so you don't have to. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.